Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Life Lessons card of the Journey. And immediately when this card came up, the first thought to my head was transformation. Okay, you gain the respect of your soul, of the universe, of your spirit guides. And, over this last week to 10 days, there's been a transformation going on within you. And it's all about the emotional psyche, the emotional fortitude, the psyche of yourself. Having that roller coaster up and down here the last 10, 12, 14 days. Okay. And the other thing that really jumped out at me when I looked down here at the spread here for the last 7 days is everything's looking toward the past. Okay, so you are looking at your growth over this last 10 to 14 days. The Wood Rose is looking right at you because he wants to know, where your courage and dedication is. But the Four of Vessels, that gal's looking to the past. The Hooded Man is looking to the past while he's talking to the Page of Arrows. Okay, the Knight of Stones is looking to the past. And then you've got the Guardian and the Seven of Vessels looking right at you. So, the Raven shows up, and this is the Ravens to me are birds that watch over the souls of who've fallen in battle. And not that you've gone, you've fallen in a like a war battle, but you've gone through a battle in yourself. Okay, to go through and look at your emotions, to go through and look within. Okay, facing those fears, trying to fill those cups back up, to fill that void from the Seven of Vessels in mourning. All right, but you're on that steady, stable path because the horse is still guiding you. All right, and he's letting you know where you need to push on through to finish. So as you've gone through this restoration or reformation, okay, of your soul, you are growing in an aspect of I'm shedding my own skin, more or less. All right, I don't want to go back to the old. I want to continue moving forward. Okay, and as you do that, you kind of let that stuff fall off to the side. All right, the stuff that's no longer serving you. Okay, it's dead, and the Raven is a guardian of the dead, and as a guide, he has that all-seeing eye. Now, of course, this happens underneath a full moon too, right? Now, we don't have a full moon coming up. We've got an eclipse coming up here in next weekend. So, with that being said, the transformation that you've gone through over the last 10 to 12, 14 days is continuing. It's continuing to evolve in your spiritual journey, your emotional journey at this point, okay? And, now that you're moving forward, you can put some of those old cycles behind you, okay? Those are dead. And the good thing about death is it's part of life, right? In order to let something go, okay, you need to have something come in. Whether that's, an emotional strength, all right? Some, maybe visitors from the other world, right? The underworld. You having your spirit guides come to you, having the universe talk to you. Okay, but this is an opportunity for change. Just like this raven is plucking the sinews off of this elk, the elk is moved on. It's moved on to the spirit realm. Okay, but there's still life involved for others. The raccoons, the insects, this raven. Okay, and this opportunity is something that's not to be feared. This should be celebrated and accepted as you're moving forward. So as you're going on your emotional journey, as you're going on the spiritual journey, when you're looking back in the past and you're looking for, within on this hooded man, the inner part of it, looking in that mirror and gaining that respect for yourself, what is it that you've lost? I shouldn't say lost. What is it that you've let go of? That you said, you know what? I'm not going to let this bother me ever again. All right? I'm over it. It's dead. It's in the past. All right? I don't want to live in the past. I want to continue moving forward. Live for today and look forward to tomorrow. So when you take on that aspect of, with emotions or love or anything, love can be, tricky in a relationship, not so much in a career aspect, but, when somebody's hurt you so much, all right, and you don't love them anymore, it's hard to let go when you're going through the proceedings of all that, if you're going through a divorce or, separation or stuff like that, because there's still feelings in there. But once it's all said and done and you've got that chance to mourn, you let go of those voids, all right, you start filling them up with other things, okay, with other emotions for somebody else that's coming in, okay? So you had to clear out the past. You have to clear out the dead in order to allow the living to come in, whether that's a new relationship, a new friend, new love, okay, or just messages from the universe, moving on your spiritual path, not allowing, stuff to hold you down and drag you down. When you let the past die and you acknowledge your deepest fears, okay, and your desires, when you do that, you look that guardian right in the face, that life lessons card there, and you say, no, I am not facing you, all right? I've acknowledged what's inside of me based on the help from the hooded man, okay, and that guardian. You've faced your fears. You've moved forward on this journey. Acknowledge that. And you did yesterday with that 9 of bows, okay, that respect. You've gained respect for yourself. You woke up today and you said, you know what? You did. You're doing the right thing. You're moving forward, okay? And now you can, continue moving forward, knowing that the stuff that was holding you back, it's dead. It's in the past. You're going to be able to achieve your desires. You're going to be able to face those deepest fears even more because of the change that's happening, this transformation. And it's a realignment. And like I said, the old must die off first before that new growth, can be brought in. So, you know what? As we finish off the holiday weekend, celebrate and acknowledge the passing of something that's passed on. Look at it and say, you know what? That no longer serves me. I am not giving that any more energy. I am moving forward so I can continue on my spiritual path, so I can continue on my spiritual journey. And when you can acknowledge that and you have the respect for that process, you can rejoice with patience and calmness. You can rejoice with patience and calmness by looking within. That's what's got you here. Okay? By facing the fears, being patient and with calmness. And when you do that, new opportunities are going to grow. It's just like after a forest fire, right? Everything's decimated. Trees are burnt down to the ground, no living plants. And within years, everything starts blooming again. Think of the seasons. Every year we go through a season of death, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. That season's called winter. There are, other areas that, survive during that part, but the plants and everything like that, they still go through a death and a rebirth, no matter where they're at. And when that happens, you can see the rejoicefulness in the springtime. Because here comes new buds. Here comes new plants. You can see the leaves coming out on the tree. People get outside, having a better opportunity of, living life. So death is, it's cyclical, all right? And this part of the card, this part of your journey, on the journey, is letting go of that past. Moving forward, respecting who you are, respecting the journey that you're in on this wildwood forest path. Okay, having these life lessons cards. And these are life lessons. Okay, these aren't something that, just transpire in a day. Nine of bows, that was a daily card. Then you've got your court cards. And then you have your life lessons cards here. So this is something that you're going to always work on. You're going to always work on that, that inner fortitude. You're always going to work on facing fears because that's all part of the challenges coming up. All right? So there you have it. That's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, The Journey. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.